So, I think the current conversation I'm having with what I'm reading, making, and seeing is about how to make artwork that meets three criteria. Firstly, is the work personally meaningful and fulfilling? Next, is it also work that articulates something ancient in humanity? Does it have mythological references? And finally, is it also something that could be commercially viable? My questions about whether someone can satisfy all those demands with artwork have been most significantly informed by these four sources. The two texts and the two artworks are as follows. From our own reading list, Olav Velthuis, Globalization and Commercialization of the Art Market. From my own reading, Joseph Campbell, Transformations of Myth Through Time. For the artwork, my own painting finished a month ago called The Fools of Io, and Virginia Chiotta, her painting entitled Kumira Mutariro, translating to Waiting in Faith in the Shona language from her native country of Zimbabwe. To unpack the conversation between these ideas, we will start with Joseph Campbell, move through the artworks, and finish off with Velthuis and the art market. Campbell's Transformations of Myth Through Time is a succinct and exciting transcription of lectures he gave at the end of his life. It reads with a lot more energy than other books by him, so if you didn't know where to start with his work, this is a good place. He begins talking about ancient humans and their art making, with a line that I think summarizes what makes a good life, good art, and something that performs well on the art market. Quote, God is simply a notion of something that is symbolic of transcendence and mystery. The mystery is what's important. That's the key, the mystery. Whether your gods are the mysteries of reproduction and harvest, as with ancient people, symbolic potency, as with artists, or the financial bottom line, as with salesmen, it is the mystery of experiencing plenty instead of drought that we all pay homage to. So now for the artwork. I will begin with my own. While my practice is in its infancy compared to Virginia Chiotta's, I believe we are working in a similar effort. My last painting, The Fools of Io, was a surprising success to me. The image grew in a non-linear fashion, and at the end was a lesson about the duality of man. It's about how do you be a monk and a clown? How to strike a balance between serious and silly. I wanted to blend sci-fi and Greek philosophy and the mysteries there. As for Virginia Chiotta, the gravity of the mystery in her work has a very strong pull. Represented by Saatchi Gallery, living in Montenegro and being from Zimbabwe, she is channeling her vision into artwork from very widespread experiences. Here's a segment from a biography about her in the art newspaper just prior to the Armory show. Quote, Virginia Chiotta's practice is a reflection on self-discovery in constantly changing circumstances. Her very personal works, which often use folkloric and religious symbolism, explore black female subjectivity and deal with themes such as grief, childbearing, and faith. End quote. She seems like an artist who uses art making to self-actualize and to speak to universal experiences. Her art seems influenced by ancient figurines and early Homo sapien artworks. While her themes are fundamentally important, that's why her themes are fundamentally important to most people. I think it is the connecting with the folklore and the myths of the past that guides the effort of both our practices. There's something human and ancient and mysterious to dig into there. Where Chiotta stands out from the crowds of artists is when it comes to the art market. This is where we consider Globalization and Commercialization of the Art Market by Velthuis. I agree with Velthuis that art fairs are status-driven exchange platforms that select for elitist culture. This is true, but I think that the source of Chiotta's inspiration and financial success are one and the same. It is her unique cultural history and interest in folklore that lends energy to her practice and her market value. It can have value and meaning for everybody. The themes are universal enough, and the aesthetics are honest enough in their basic nature. If you believe that, quote, economic interests have come to contaminate the art world, then you may think Chiotta's work loses impact after such commercial success. For me, it just means she has reached the stage with the broadest viewership. This does not inhibit her ability to be sincere. She just has to keep working from that real and mysterious place in her and in the stories that come before us. Well, that's everything, so thanks everybody, and see you later.